Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to my developer vlog series, where today we are going to be having a look at all the progress I've made the past 2 weeks on StrateZ. And I am pretty pleased with how things have gone. Now, my 2 goals for this past fortnight was to mostly finish up the Marauders, get them into a more functioning state than they were in the last vlog, and also finish up their first campaign mission, and both of those are done. Now, they do still need a little bit of tweaking. The Marauders still need a little bit of balancing done, and the map still needs a few things here and there, but they're both at a functioning state, and I am excited about it. So let's talk about the Marauders first, and let's begin with the buildings. Now, those really haven't changed much since last time. The outpost is their capital building and is where you create all of your infantry units. The camp is, of course, your population building, so you can increase your population to build more infantry units and vehicles. And speaking of said vehicles, we've got the repair camp for building those, as well as upgrading to a point. Now, for the units, that's where the biggest changes have come around, because for one, we've got more upgrades. Now, last time, the only upgrades I did have sorted was the trucks here, the pickup. And the first upgrade from the just regular pickup to the armored pickup, that works just like with the truck in the Survivor faction, where it's a one-off research thing you do up here at the repair camp, and all of them will be upgraded. The minigun, like with the heavily armed truck that the Survivors have, is a per pickup upgrade, so you can just upgrade whichever individual ones you want. So that's how that goes. Now, as for the infantry here, we've got 3 units that are upgradable: the gunner, the convict, and the lineman. And I actually made them to work very similarly to how the zombies work, in that the infantry upgrades are all on a per unit basis. And I also kind of wanted to do that for thematic reasons. They're marauders, they're scavengers, just trying to go out there and grab whatever they can. So as you get resources, you can upgrade individual gunners, which, why are 2 of them sitting in the same spot? There we go. Where you can upgrade each individual one to get better. Now, they don't get hugely better, but they do get better. Now, for the convict as well as the gunner, their upgrade is the same thing. They add a red dot sight onto their gun, which will increase their damage as well as their range ever so slightly, because now they have more accuracy. And the as for the convict, again, same sort of thing. He's got the red dot sight there for his shotgun. But I've also tweaked this guy quite a bit so that he is a true short-range powerhouse now with his shotgun. He does a lot of damage. In fact, the most single-shot damage of any unit, but it's close range, so use them wisely, sort of a deal. And as for the linemen, well, their upgrade is a bit different. They're a melee unit, so there's really no point in increasing range or anything like that. So what they have instead is their little backpack here goes and gets upgraded to a med kit, increasing their health even further. Now, the linemen, I already tweaked their health and damage this past week, and the linemen, well, basically has, I actually think, maybe more health than the Survivor truck over there, and more health than the bunk building. But, you know, they're a melee unit, so they're gonna get damaged quite a bit. Now, with the med kit, they actually are on par with some of these stronger buildings in the game now. They are tanky. They are tanky, but that's their point, to basically just soak in loads of damage with their heavily armored bodies. And I love it. And, yeah, I very much enjoyed how these have gone. Now, that's it for the Marauder faction. Well, oh, no, not entirely. I have also gone through, because I had just kind of been borrowing some other audio and effects and whatnot from survivors, as well as from the zombies for the Linemen, since he's a melee guy, previously in the last update. Now I have gone ahead and given them all their own proper things, so they have unique voices now, much like all of the other units. So I'm pretty happy how that all has gone. So let's move on to the first map. Sure, save that. I moved that person ever so slightly forward. And this was actually a pretty easy map to build because I actually wanted it, again thematically, to be a carry-on from the Survivor campaign. We are still in Sanctuary, but the world has changed. The whole idea of this mission is that after the Battle of Sanctuary in the previous final mission for the survivors, you know, you guys all set up shop, and it's years later, and, well, things haven't gone so great. There's this little sort of slum farming area now outside of Sanctuary that most of the people that have come into the area have been chucked into, while the people who always lived in Sanctuary are, you know, living it up inside buildings rather than crappy tents and shacks. And so there's a divide that's formed, and the Marauders are born. Down here, you get these couple of Marauders who are sick of everything, and they want to go and free their fellow friends and other convicts and whatnot from where they're being held around the map. So after the big battle, of course, you know, there used to be zombie body piles up in the camp and over here by the motel, but now the cabins have been very much destroyed from the battle. You can see multiples of the cabins have been burnt down, and a small prison camp is here where we've got, you know, some unfortunate convicts all set up in these cages and just a handful of guards. Now, this is where you hit first on your mission because it's the less guarded of the two locations, and you're only gonna start with a couple of people, 2 gunners and 2 linemen, I believe is what I have it for. Yeah, 2 gunners and 2 linemen. And then as you break these out, you're gonna have to destroy each of these cages. You'll get a random marauder to pop. So it could be either a gunner, a convict, or a lineman. And so you'll gain 6 additional units here, and you're gonna head south over to the motel area, which is much more heavily guarded, as we've got 6 enemy units and also a survivor guard tower you're gonna have to deal with here, as well as break out 6 more of your friends. And once you do that, that's that mission done, and you'll head to the next mission, which I'll be working on this week, which is On the Run. Now you're just trying to flee from Sanctuary and get away from the survivors who are now hunting you down. And that's when you'll finally start to be able to build and collect and do the usual stuff. This is much like with the first zombie mission. It's, you know, one of those kinds of ones where you can't build, you're just trying to manage your small group of units to take out the enemy and then move forward. So I like how this all went. I like the changes that I made to the world to, you know, sort of continue on that story a bit from Sanctuary. And then once we move on to the On the Run one, it'll be all new locations, of course, with some fun new ideas that I have. I actually have plans for another mission kind of like this, where you're not going to be building, it's going to be the small squad stuff. For the next mission after this one, for mission 13, which should hopefully be good. And the ultimate plan for the Marauders is actually going to be to do a heist and then, you know, get freedom. That's sort of their overall arc. You know, the zombies, it was conquer all. The survivors, it was get to the colony and live and, well, survive. And now the Marauders, to get their freedom, escape everything, and, you know, gain some loot, and be Marauders. So should be, hopefully, a fun time. But yeah, that's all I've got for this one. Of course, the download for the new mission and our updated Marauders is going to be in the description here, so you guys can check it out, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on how I have balanced the Marauders. Again, you can play them in any of the, normal maps at the moment, and kind of check them out here in this first campaign mission. And yeah, hopefully you guys do enjoy it, and come back for our next developer vlog, where we're starting to get closer to being done with this thing. I've still got some, some overall housekeeping things I've got to do, but we're getting there. We're getting there. I'm pretty happy about that. But that's going to be it for this one today, folks. Hopefully you all have enjoyed. You do come back for the next. And until that time, thank you for watching. And as always, have a good one.